You phone from the ambulance and you go from number 1 to number 3, and they ask you if the person, how is he doing? Is he breathing? Is he on the floor? Has he got blood? By that time, they have to understand that people here are people which are all elderly. We don't know. About 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, we had a case here where a man fell to the floor. The woman couldn't get any help. She phoned her neighbor. Her neighbor came. They phoned from the ambulance. But they were both Spanish, so they couldn't understand what the ambulance was trying to get from them. They kept on asking if the man was breathing, if he was able to talk. Obviously, there's no time to waste with a person who is over 80 years old. By that time, the person could, if he had a fit, the lady in question did not know what was happening. By the time the ambulance came, it was over 1 hour. You can't have a person who is ill on the floor and you have been asked all those questions because we don't know.
And is it a one-off experience or have you had several
No, the one-off experience, no. The thing is that with this new system, we're having lots of complaints because every time we're in for an ambulance, they ask a 100-question quiz. We are not allowed, we don't know. And especially people that live here, some of them, there are many of them that have got dimensions. They are not fit and they don't know what's happening around them. When we call for an ambulance, the ambulance has to come left, right, and center. No questions. Nobody wants to call for an ambulance if the ambulance is not needed.
Let me ask you a question about carers. Last year, the government changed the service provider to Lifecom Care. You'd like to explain some of the experiences that
I've had very bad experiences with the carers. I've had meetings with the carers themselves, and they've been very helpful and they've tried to help. But 50% of the carers have no manners whatsoever. Yesterday, I had a fight with some of them outside because I'm not going to say exactly what they said. It was in Spanish, but like they come to take the dirt away from the people that live here. That's not respectful. 100%, no, but 50% of the carers that we've got here, they only come for the money and they've got no respect towards the people whatsoever.
Okay, I want to ask you finally about accommodation for elderly citizens and your concerns in that regard.
Well, at one time we thought that the Rooke Elderly Care Home was going to be built and it was going to be superb. It was going to take some of the Mount Albania people. But now as we hear, nobody knows what's happening with it. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And there's a very, very long waiting list for people in the housing department. And that I know as a fact, medically, some grade AA, some grade A, that are waiting to be accommodated into senior citizens residence home. People that keep calling me, asking me, how many houses have you got vacant? Are the houses vacant? What's happening with the Rooke? A waste of money. A lot of money has been spent, and now exactly, not even the government know what's going to happen with them.
In terms of this building itself, it looks quite well maintained, but I want to ask you, are you happy that it's been kept to standard?
No, not at the moment. Lately, I had a meeting with Minister Patorfila about a year ago, and we put forward lots of things that we needed, which, according to her, they had been agreed, and we were still waiting. Now, all we get is there is no money. This building needs to be refurbished. It's a 15-year-old building, and it needs maintenance. But for the last, 4 or 5 years, nothing has been done, and every time I try to get in touch with government, the question I get and the answer I get, there's no money. And this is deteriorating because for lack of maintenance.